I have lots of candy corn because it's Halloween. Halloween is the time of candy corn. I also have a copy of Sense and Sensibility. What's left of a Mike's that's been spilled twice. It's got a hair on it. And it's really sticky too, And what's left of the rosé from my last video. What's really nice about these videos is that the alcohol comes in handy. It's got a hair on it too. Crap, I just like shed hair. Oh well. Anyway. Oh yeah. I have my tutu. I got this tutu at Goodwill like 2 weeks ago for like $10. Super cheap. And it's coming in handy because when you get drunk, tutus are the best. Anyway, I figure we just flip to any old page here in Sense and Sensibility. We'll see what's up. Somewhere towards the end, maybe. No, maybe not. That wasn't a good spot. Never mind. Okay, here we go. It's got Lucy in it. We must wait. It may be for many years. With almost every other man in the world, it would be an alarming prospect. But Edward's affection and constancy nothing can deprive me of, I know. That conviction must be everything to you, and he is undoubtedly supported by the same trust in yours. If the strength of your reciprocal attachment had fit, that's a lot of really big words for reading drunk. I don't know if I can, I'm sorry if I say them wrong. Okay. Reciprocal attachment. Lucy here looked up, but Eleanor was careful in guarding her countenance from every expression that would... It's really hard to read and eat like mouth-watering candy at the same time. Okay. But Eleanor was careful in guarding her countenance from every expression. But Eleanor was careful in guarding her countenance from every expression that could give her words a suspicious tendency. Edward's love for me, said Lucy, has been pretty well put to the test by our long, very long absence since we were first engaged, and it has stood the trial so well that I should be unpardonable to doubt it now. I can safely say that he has never gave me one moment's alarm, on that account, from the first. Eleanor hardly knew whether to smile or sigh at this assertion. Lucy went on. I'm rather of a jealous temper, too, by nature, and from our different situations in life, from his being so much more in the world than me, and our continual separation, I was enough inclined for suspicion to have found out the truth in an instant if there had been the slightest alteration in his behavior to me when we met, or any lowness of spirits that I could not account for, or if he had talked more of one lady than another, or seemed in any respect less happy at Longstaple than he used to be. I do not mean to say that I am particularly observant or quick-sighted in general. That's an understatement. But in such a case, I am sure I could not be deceived. All of this, thought Eleanor, is very pretty, but it can impose upon neither of us. But what, she said after a short silence, are your views? Or have you none but that of waiting for Mr. Any more alcohol? This is a good life rule. When you stumble in a book, reading, as well as when you stumble in life, drink. It makes it better. That's your life lesson of the day from Drunk Austen. But what, she said, after a short silence, are your views? Or have you none but that of waiting for Mrs. Farrar's death, which is a melancholy and shocking extremity? Is her son determined to submit to this, and to all the tediousness of the many years of suspense in which it may involve you, rather than run the risk of her displeasure for a while by owning the truth? If we could be certain that it would only be for a while, But Mrs. Ferrars is a very headstrong, proud woman, and in her first fit of anger upon hearing it, it would very likely secure everything to Robert. And the idea of that, for Edward's sake, frightens away all my inclination for hasty measures. Camera angle change! Just like Emma approved. Edward's so really good at this angle. Maybe this is why Emma does it. And for your own sake, too. Or are you carrying your disinterestedness? That's not even a word, Jane. Beyond reason. Lucy looked at Eleanor again and was silent. Do you know Mr. Robert Ferrars? Ferrari? Do you know Mr. Robert Ferrars? Asked Eleanor. Not at all. I never saw him, but I fancy he is very unlike his brother, silly, and a great coxcomb. A great coxcomb, repeated Miss Steele, whose ear had caught those words by a sudden pause in Marianne's music. Oh, they are talking of their favourite beau, I dare say. No, sister, cried Lucy, you are mistaken there. Our favourite beaux are not great coxcombs. I can answer for it that Miss Dashwood's is not, said Mrs. Jennings, laughing heartily, for he is one of the modestest, another word that is not a word, modestest, prettiest behaved young men I ever saw. But as for Lucy, she is such a sly little creature, there is no finding out who she likes. Because Mrs. Jennings is not that good at finding out what people like, period. Back to the original camera. That's all for now, because I'm gonna drown the rest of this, and go watch the rest of Emma, because I've been watching Emma, the one with the weird name, the British one, Romola, the British one, she's the good one.